Yes, well, Peter, there is very little evidence to support such a hypothesis at this time. According to the study done at Cambridge and Oxford, it was a simultaneous study by Wilton and Bradshaw. The opposite conclusion has been reached on 3 separate occasions. Once in East Bradford by Mr. Arthur Quilby, another time in East Germany by Herr Arthur Quilby, and another time in England. Actually, no one knows where in England, but it has been reached at least 2 times. 3 times is actually an overstatement. I did that to make myself seem important. Actually, according to a study, a separate study done with the African wildebeest, their tails are actually made of straw. Although it has to be admitted that the wildebeest tail that was used was made by the researchers because they couldn't find any real African wildebeest to do the study on. That is, they weren't really scientists, they were actually schoolboys out on a lark, and they hadn't done any homework and they wanted to seem intelligent for the teacher. They're very strict teachers over there. Now, what I was meaning to say at first was that when the male alley cat has kittens, it is very often the case that the first kitten to be born is actually non-existent. There is no evidence, conjectural or disconjectural, for the fact that kittens born exclusively to the British male alley cat have any special relationship to the otter at all. Although it must be admitted that the otter of the West Sussex region is known for its extremely long lifespan. There hasn't actually been an otter in England born for quite a while, but there are 10,000 of them presently extant, although many of them have become intelligent enough to disguise themselves as turf accountants and jockeys and members of Parliament. Now, over in Canada, things are run entirely differently over there. Their politicians are actually 53-year-old beavers. Yes, that's why the beaver is the symbol of the Canadian nation. Because over in Canada, the beavers have been hunted almost to extinction, which is also true of the typical diplomat. There has actually a study was done on that subject by Terslinger of Ball and Schulgart of Uppsala, which states definitively that a beaver can manage basic calculations and has quite basic, although minimal, social skills, which is really all that's required of a politician. Actually, if you remove all the hair from a beaver, they tend to look exactly like Jean Chrétien, who was the leader of the Canadian Liberal Party for quite a while and a part-time floor lamp. Now, over where I live, in West Bulgaria right now, I've moved there with my wife and children to escape the tyrannical conditions in West End. There has never been a human politician who's gotten anywhere in politics. You see, over there, the politicians are the rats disguised as human beings. Now, they are, one must admit, very good at international politics, Rats are. But still, you put one in a room full of real people and they can tell the difference right away. There is no real basis for fame among any of them. Oh, is that the time? Is it time to go? Well, it's been a pleasure, Tom. Yes. Can I go now? You've promised me 50p for the... Oh, later. Who? The stage manager. Tom!